students to be enrolled in 2030. And if we take the ratio of 1:35, teacher and student ratio, we will be requiring 7 million plus teachers who would be required to be trained by BA, 1 year, 2 year, whatever courses they are having. Now the important fact today is the awareness. When we go to other institutions, we talk to people, we see that today it is almost 2 years this NEP was introduced. Now at most of the places, the discussions are taking place, but the key factor for its implementation is the faculty, is the teacher, who is in the class, who is responsible for delivering, disseminating the knowledge, creating that aspirations among the student to achieve something. And the teacher, most of the places, the good institutions are doing good, I'm not denying from that, but most of the places by and large you will see, if you talk to someone, that can you talk about NEP 2020, how it is going to be implemented? Most of the time you will find no answer for that. So the reason behind its delayed implementation is awareness, number one. Second, NEP 2020 has an ambitious target, like multiple disciplines. Now, if a student in graduation, he is interested into BSc program and has interest in arts or psychology. Now, an institute offering physics, chemistry, mathematics may not have a psychology department. Now, if that college does not have, the option suggested is to form a cluster of colleges, where other college has a department in psychology, and this college has certain departments which that other institution might not have, and they club together. Now, if there are 403 private universities and even more, around 43,313 private colleges in the country. Now, unless we make an effort which takes inclusive approach by including the private institutions, the implementation will always be, we will see gray areas in implementation, because to achieve that target, number one, we need funding. We need high degree of scholarship among private institutions to encourage that enrollment, from where that fund will come. And this is what the challenge is discussion among the government agencies also. So that is one thing. And second thing, there are two things, that is skill development, and second is skill upgradation. Development is a continual process. Development does not take place overnight. So there are certain basic skills which needs to be inculcated. And in current context, when we look around, we see that technology like artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotic, blockchain technology, Internet of Things. If you look on these technologies, there is nothing new including data science. What is data science? It's a database, network, analytical analysis applications which perform analysis, then certain statistical calculations, and then some kind of application which takes those calculations, it concludes something, it summarizes it and presents in a form. So multiple technologies are converging. If you take IoT, IoT is nothing new. We have internet, we have things. What we are doing, we are trying to find out a new way to connecting these things so that they can communicate among themselves without direct intervention of human being. Now people are trying to include this human being also in IoT, and that's why it is leading to IoE. So all these things are in existence, but the most fascinating thing which is happening is convergence of technologies, convergence of different streams, science, humanities, physical sciences, and all these streams are converging and giving way to development of new applications, new tools, new technologies which can help humanities by large and uplifting the human life, living standard. So, important thing is, today the student who comes out from the institute, he should have that analytical capability, the critical thinking, design thinking, ability to correlate and collaborate with other aspects. And that's why probably in elementary education we see that in middle level, STEM education has been introduced. The objective of STEM education is just to inculcate the capability of analytical thinking, critical thinking, problem solving approach, so that when a student reaches at the higher educational institution and concepts are taught, that ability to correlate the thing, try to implement in some other way so that he or she experiences that how actually this is working is the plan. So inclusion of like blockchain technology. Now, blockchain technology is nothing new, except to have a different kind of data structure, which helps you not to have democratic setup, but autocratic setup, but democratic setup. The process democratizes that entire process of modification changes. And this democratization increases the involvement of human being, of people, to permit whether that updation, that modification should happen or not. Like if 60% people say, though, see, this change should not take place in our data, it will not take place. So that's how things are taking place. So AI, machine learning, blockchain, all those things are there. And just connecting dots is required. So nothing new is required, but the only thing is required to focus on fundamentals, focus on basics. Communication was important 30 years back, today is not important. Technology was there 30 years back, today also. And this technology will keep changing. It is changing. Like 3 years back, different set of technologies we have, different type of applications we have. Now we have different set of applications, but addressing to the same concern in more efficient and effective.